steht und racht, Krach und Krach a ganze Nacht.
First-hand witness testimony is one of the basic tenets of the Western legal system. In this film, I interview a first-hand witness and friend of Dr. Michael Wolff, Monsieur de la Messuziere, who is associated with the military, the disclosure process in France, and COMETA, a 12-member committee for in-depth studies which authored a report on the reality of UFOs. Philippe discloses his private conversations with Dr. Wolff, who was head of AlphaCom, an agency associated with the secret government or control group, Majestic 12. In this film, you will see for the first time a picture in reflection of an ET Dr. Wolff worked with called Kolta, who is standing next to his ET boss. Philippe discloses how agencies within the US military and NASA are working alongside ETs on projects associated with back engineering of ET technology. This is one of many films to follow on the secret life of Dr. Wolff. What was your job?
Well, my job was simply that I wanted to help him for his sickness.
But what were you in the military?
In the military, I was a simple engineer doing some design for the...
There's not many people around, you know, who...
Well, he nearly killed me too, you know.
Who nearly killed you?
Well, probably the NSA, I'm not sure who they were, but, you know, Mr. Michael Wolff he was assigned to residence. He couldn't leave his apartment. He had a bodyguard all the time. He would receive very, very few people. I was checked at the Pentagon by him. You know, he has access to the Pentagon.
Sure.
He was calling. He asked permission. Could he receive me? And he was told.
Is that you? Is that you?
That's me here.
Wow.
And you see the difference. You see the boat is here, not there. It was there before. Now they place. The ET asked him to put this pastel. This is a painting. This is a pastel. You know.
Why did the ET ask him to do that?
Because they had prepared a scenario. In front of me there is a chest of drawers, so they couldn't have this pastel here because they couldn't stand on this, you know, chest of drawers. It was not practical to make a photograph. So what they did is they asked Wolff to put this painting. I will call it pastel because that's a painting. This is like a mirror. It's very simple because it's made of green paint, if you want, and then by not, I don't know the term, I forget in English, by the not painting the white, the original white, you know, by leaving it, he left a shape of two dolphins. So it's a very simple design, you know, green water, the ocean, and two dolphins. So it was a perfect mirror. So the Kolta, the ET, and his boss, another ET, I don't know his name.
Did you meet Kolta?
Yeah, of course.
And can you describe Kolta?
Can I describe Kolta?
Yeah.
Sure, he's right here. This is Kolta. This is Kolta.
Just as per the book.
As per the book, and Kolta was there.
Did you have any other pictures of Kolta yourself?
Well, just have a close look. Look, this is the enlargement of when Kolta took my camera, little Olympus. Kolta made two pictures of us, and his reflection. Exactly, that's a reflection. He puts it. So you see, that's a flash of my Olympus. He holds it with his two hands, two arms. You can see the elbow here. You can see the shoulder, and you can see he has got muscles.
So you're saying that's Kolta's head?
Yeah, and Kolta's head has no hair. You know, that's exactly him. It's him there.
And how does he talk? How does he communicate?
By telepathy. You know, I couldn't stay more than an hour and a half. That was the arrangement. So very soon after, well, close to the end of 1 hour and a half, happened a call coming from the Pentagon or the NSA, whatever. Anyway, there was a call here. You see those two telephones near him?
Mm-hmm.
One was connected to the Pentagon, and the other was connected, I think, to the White House or something like that. You know,
Wow.
I have written that because I forget it was in 1997, so it doesn't matter anymore for me. But anyway, there was a call, a ring, and he would answer. He said, "Oh, my guest will leave in 10 minutes." You know. Now, what happened is, a very important thing is, Kolta arrived in a room with his boss. So what happened is, this boss was a bit taller than Kolta, was just beside. I didn't dare to look at them, you know. I saw them on the corner of my eye, and I couldn't fix them like I would look at you, you know. So he took two pictures with my camera, and then they both left the room. But then it was time for me to go out and leave Michael. So I was so enthusiastic about having been near these ETs that I said to Michael Wolff, could I go to the room behind there and thank them? I want to thank them for visiting and to letting me
Meet them.
yeah,
But what do you think of Michael
to
Wolff's...
be with them at least, you know, because that's the only thing which happened. They stayed here maybe a minute or 2 minutes, no more. They took the two pictures, he left the camera on the coffee table, and he went with his boss. So Wolff said, no, they don't want to say goodbye to you or to talk to you because you're not ready. I felt a little bit embarrassed and a bit upset. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because you want to say goodbye to somebody and they
Sure.
tell you off. You know?
Sure.
So it was, I felt a little bit weak in a way. You know? I didn't feel insulted, but I felt sorry.
You
that
know,
I was so close to them and not be able to talk to them.
Sure.
So maybe I had nothing else to say but goodbye, you know. But
Philippe's brother is put out a video on YouTube saying that his, Dr. Michael Wolff's brother, saying that Dr. Michael Wolff was imagining all this.
Certainly not, because then I got a heart attack in 1998, and I called Dr. Wolff and I said, look, I'm in a hospital, I have a heart attack, small, not a big one, but a heart attack is a heart attack, you know, and you better be careful with that. So I said, I'm in trouble, I have a heart attack, he's going to fix me with a stent, very good doctor, and he said, I will send you a visitor. So I said, impossible, because I'm in a hospital room with a neighbor on the bed next door, next to the bed of somebody else. So he's going to see a strange alien coming in, and I said, it doesn't make sense. And Wolff said, don't worry, if he wants to go to the hospital, your neighbor in the bed beside you will not see and will not know. He will be like put into deep sleep.
By the ET?
Well, for sure, you know, they control when they come in, you know. In a room, they can control the whole room.
Really?
Even a classroom is full of children. They can go in and pick up someone and nobody knows.
What was Michael Wolff doing with the alien, in your opinion?
In my opinion, first, what I learned from Michael Wolff is that at one time he was at S4 in Nellis Air Force Base, and he did work with the aliens directly, and Bob Lazar, he knew Bob Lazar very well. And he designed, he was helped with by the ETs to design the headband that controls from the brain the UFO.
To the technology.
Mechanism. Yeah. Well, it's a way to fly a UFO. You have to have a headband on your head, and your mental waves, which are human, are being adapted in this system of the headband to control the mechanism of the UFO. So he designed that headband for humans, for human control and all the OD.
But what were you doing in America? I don't understand.
In America, well, I was designing for, it's secret jobs, but I was working for...
You were engineer, right?
Yeah, I'm an engineer.
And what was your rank?
an electronic engineer. I was a senior engineer at one moment.
Any military rank?
Military rank. In France, yes. I had been a student officer in the Foreign Legion.
Foreign Legion.
Because in Foreign Legion in France, you cannot be, if you're French, you cannot be in Foreign Legion unless you're an officer.
Right.
So I was studying to be an officer, and then I gave up because I thought it doesn't pay any money. So these days you need money if you want to be in the world, you know.
Have you got any other interesting paper we can maybe see?
I can show you that.
Classified stuff, or?
This is very top. Ministry of Defense, France. Dr. Stephen Greer, Philippe de la Messuziere, that's me. And this guy, he committed suicide. Stupid.
Why?
He tried to go, you know, we were planning in 2007, you see here, 2007. He tried to get away from us and to make a disclosure with the French government. But that's stupid, because what he didn't know is that the guy who wrote this text was the counselor of Sarkozy. So it was stupid to sort of go away and go to see scientists from the CNRS, you know, which is Comité National de la Recherche Scientifique, you know, National Committee of Scientific Research.
Yes.
And he got in touch with those guys, and they came to the President Sarkozy saying, well, we can make a disclosure with Michel Deloire and that. And the President said, but what's going on? I have already one team. So they threw out Michel Deloire, and we decided Michel Deloire couldn't come to put a foot in Europe. So that was decided by the boss, you know, at the defense. And so that was a sort of problem. And later on, in December 9, 2010, 2009, he committed suicide. I just don't know, and I don't want to know.